we've got special guests in the office. Kennedy, welcome to the studio.
Thank you very much. First time being here, I'm very happy to be here and very proud to be to the Radio 44. I left it still a very small station, a really grown height.
Thank you so much for that compliment. And Mr. Chandra.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mitesh, to invite us here. It's really great to us.
Thank you very much, guys. We'll dig in straight into the T20 format that's taken all over the world, and I'm glad Kenya is not going to be left behind. Kennedy, maybe you can give us a brief of what this is all about.
I think the last big games we had was I would talk of the ICC, the ones for when the big boys were here, was about another 15-20 years back, and I think that's also we're trying to revive. I think with Mr. Chandra has already explained very well. We're looking at top players all over the world, and to make as much competitive tournament as possible. So that's what basically it's all about. It's about six franchise or 6 teams, yeah. But we're expecting the very, very competitive and all the top class, A-class players around the world. So it's going not only to be Kenyan players, but the best players around the world, and along the associate teams will get a chance to participate on the tournament.
Fantastic. And you mentioned that the last big tournament in Kenya was, of course, during the golden era that I mentioned earlier. It's the 2003 World Cup that is a reference point. T20, CK-T20 could become the next reference point, not only in terms of attracting international and global stars, but also nurturing and giving a platform to our young local talent.
I think the most important thing now is visibility. We have not been able to be visible enough, and I think it's a good opportunity. If you're talking about look at the crowd that IPL is pulling, and the T20 is the main thing at the moment. Especially all the young boys are getting very, very involved with it, and I think it's a good platform for us. It's a good platform for the juniors, and a good platform also for the corporates to be part of the process also. So I think it's going to be a win-win situation. And you haven't watched competitive cricket for quite a long time. I think it's a good open door for Kenyan cricket and Kenya as a country.
Absolutely. Mr. Chandra, I like to ask you, what is your vision with CK-T20?
Actually, we are here, we can say that we are here to make actually Kenya's commitment to preserving its natural heritage in commendable. So, in line of our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi vision to support Kenya in terms of tourism and sports. That's why we are here. Actually, we have option to go to Malaysia and Canada also, but we choose this country due to their wildlife. You know, so people are really love the Kenya due to this wildlife. You know, they are saving nature and all. So this is our commitment, and I really want to be, this thanks to you all guys that you are supporting us.
We appreciate the fact that we will soon be having international level T20 played right in our own pitches, and that's something I'm sure when you go back to the academy, your students are like, yes, maybe one day we'll be part of that team that's going to be playing the franchise cricket in Kenya and rubbing shoulders with international stars, learning from them. We've got a lot to talk about that. We'll come back after this song.
Hear the hits, watch the hits, hit music all day.
Like this. We play the hits.
All about the hits. All about the hits. All about the hits. All about the hits. We are Radio 44.
It's going to be absolute dynamite once this T20 tournament starts here in Nairobi. Kennedy, we want to know how you guys foresee this tournament in terms of infrastructure, team formations, how many franchise teams are going to be part of this. Maybe you can explain us more on that.
It's quite huge. If you look at the amount of employment it's going to create, especially to the Kenyans, not to mention the tourism, but we are expecting a huge number of not only players, but with their families, and also the supporters who will come along. It's going to be quite huge. Basically, there's going to be 6 teams. which first season it will be 6 teams. Maybe the second season we may jump to another 2 more teams to make 8 teams. So I think in terms of the infrastructure, we still have got a little bit of work to be done at Gymkhana, which I think if we got to let it go like a little bit more international ground, so got to push it a little bit more. But it's not really, I don't say like, it's not like something that cannot be done. It's something that can be achieved. I think now the most important thing, I think the government also also is part of the supporting the whole process, and I hope they'll come with us along the way, because what we've been trying to get is for the youth employment for the youth. The employment for the youth. I think we have achieved that. So if this tournament comes in, it's going to create a huge impact in the economy of this country. So I think with the 6 teams, 24 days of cricket, I don't think you can ask for anything more than that.
It's going to be a month-long carnival. You've just mentioned about government support. I think from a layman perspective, if the government can be pitched in a way that look where today IPL is to where it was 18 seasons ago, we are following the same path. Cricket Kenya is definitely going global, and it's going to make the biggest noise, because we know the talent that is available in Nairobi. We know what we can do with that talent.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's another thing that I think the government really, and I don't say no, that the government has supported cricket, because when I played, the government was not involved in cricket at all. But I think for the last 15 years, when Amina Mohammed was there, then Ababu Namwamba came in, I think they've really supported. I think the Ruto government shows that it's got something to do with sports. If I look at what they've done with the football stadiums, with the new football stadium, it shows that they've got a passion for the youth. So I think all we would like to ask for is this tournament, which is going to be definitely from first week of October. If the government can come in and support us a little bit in terms of maybe infrastructure, the visa issues, look for players to tour around the country, I think we can't ask for anything more, because we've got everything. If you mention the safaris, the wildlife, we can't ask for anything more.
We are giving them a combo. It's just not sports, but we are the only city in the world with a national park.
Absolutely.
So when you're not hitting the 6s out of the boundary, you might as well take a safari tour. Now it's on the expressway. It's very short, and go and see the lions, the wildlife, like Mr. Chandra mentioned, And I think what we will need to do after the whole tournament is to take Mr. Chandra on a private tour to the Masai Mara and say, you've made the right decision to bring down these sports in Nairobi.
Definitely. I will be loved.
I know this is a question that would be asked in the future, but what I want to know is, you mentioned 6 teams. Do you have the know-how about the naming of these teams? And that's one. And the second bit is, where do you foresee all the matches? Should the stadiums and pitches be ready by the time the tournament is ready to kick off? What are the the synergies that you expect to see from the other grounds nearby?
Oh, I think there's going to be, like, Simba Union will definitely be a practice venue. Jaffrey is quite excellent ground. Yeah, very good. But we're looking to play the games mostly at the Nairobi Gymkhana, because it's the ODI qualified ground.
And you've got special memories there?
Huge memories.
Yep.
I think what people should say, and I said, or Eduardo would say this, I say this is a lot of humility. I think Sharad Guy, the late Sharad, did a lot for Kenyan cricket. And I think if this tournament kicks off, I think it's going to be a good memory for people to remember what Sharad did, because Sharad managed to bring all the top teams in this country. We had the ICC Champions Trophy in this country. I think it will make a big difference.
No, absolutely. And in the earlier on, Mr. Chandra mentioned about being set up in Dubai and stuff. We don't want him to be upset. So this is something that specifically highlights Dubai. The song was Kon Kitna Zaruri. Let me translate that for our guest. How someone is so important. I'll bring that to our context. It's very important to have T20 tournament in Kenya. Not because the international players have already been exposed to, but how we can nurture our talent. I mean, we've seen how IPL has become a proper foundation for players to straight jump into the national team. We foresee this with our local talent as well. and of course players coming from the continent as well. We want to take Kenya global along with our African friends.
100%. What I would just want to make it very clear. It's not going to be a gift as much as you're saying it. We are only going to pick the top players in Kenya. We're going to pick the top players in Tanzania, Rwanda, and Namibia, the whole of Africa. So we're looking at the top players. We're just not going to fit in numbers because it's a huge tournament. We expect it to be very, very, very competitive. But in terms of experience, I think the Kenyans will have the best experience that they have ever seen.
Do I count in that team of top notch?
I think you'll be the best opening batsman if we need at Radio 44.
Thank you so much. I absolutely love it. So, team owners, future team owners, Mitesh Chowda is the name. But let's talk about how this tournament is going to set up a very good platform, not only for this year's tournament, but also aspiring tournaments in the coming years. You mentioned about potential growth from 6 to 8. It's going to also entice corporates to come in, and it's going to become more global. It's just not cricket now. We're talking of it going more than just cricket. What is your prospect of what you're seeing this heading to?
I think it should be. If you ask me, the first year is going to be the tough one because the organization is quite huge and needs a lot of hard work. But two people are very important. If you ask me, one is the Kenya government. The second one is the corporate world. If the corporate world jumps with us, I think we should have no issues at all. So I think the government is very, very important because they create the infrastructure. The security part of it is going to be very, very, very crucial. The corporate world, it's a very long time since we had a very competitive games, yeah. And to invite the corporate world, I think we should be able to get the boxes which are going to be very, very private being sold at the same time, and everybody will get a chance to watch the top players in the country. And I think it's a good place to relax after work.
You mentioned about inviting corporate worlds. Look, Mr. Chandra is a very well experienced, not only in one sport, but majority of the sports. I'm sure he knows how to pull the corporate worlds around and bring them to Kenya, right, Mr. Chandra? What have you got to say about that?
Yes, I don't want to disclose the names right now, but
I can read it. I can read it on your lips.
But a lot of big corporates are willing to be jumped here, actually. But yes, as Kennedy told you, I will be respect first. What Kenya wants, what Kenya people wants, I will respect you guys. So it's your ball in your court. If you will allow, I will be bringing from there. And if you allow to be your corporate to be more take this initiative, they can take it.
And absolutely, so, and that not only just creates sports love for the game that we all enjoy here. You mentioned a very important point earlier on about creating employment. It's a ripple effect, not just for players who are going to be coming down the stadium and in the pitch, not the 22 players in the ground, but there's a whole system that's going to be working around it. How much of that is what you guys also give back?
I think Cricket Kenya will benefit part of it in terms of financial bit of it. Not to mention that the players will also benefit financially. There's going to be a lot of hotels which are going to be occupied with that. So I think there's create a more employment for the young too in terms of the grounds, the transport, the maintenance of the ground. So I think if you ask me, the most important thing, we haven't seen Waziri, yeah. So I think the next step we are going to try and see Waziri and to try and go. We were very fortunate, very lucky that the Indian High Commissioner was very, very, very cooperative on this one, and she invited us a courtesy call, which we discussed this tournament in very, very length area, and she said that anything on her powers to try and support the tournament, she'll try and support. So and that is what Chandra did say, it's a cooperation between India and Kenya, which we have been trying to get, and we have been trying to get going, but it's something which exists. We start from Chandra Pandit played for Kenya, Sandeep Patel was part of in Kenyan cricket, Anshuman Gakwad was part of Kenyan cricket, Sairaj Bautule. So it's a history between Kenya and India which goes a very, very, very long way. So I think it's something that it is there, but now how do we just jumpstart it again to make either the Kenyan players benefit out of it, and the cooperation between Kenya and India, which is there before, yes. So how do we get them involved in Kenyan cricket to turn it around, because I think I got an opportunity through a lot of the Indian players who were involved here when I was playing for Aga Khan, and I think it created a huge difference between us and the younger generation which is there now. So I think with this tournament, it will open those doors, and most important thing is the Kenyan government. I think Bwana Waziri, we're definitely going to come and see you, and we need your support 100%. You and the PS, I think your support will make a big difference for Kenya, not only for Kenyan cricket, but for the youth in general that will benefit out of the whole process.
Absolutely. You've just nailed it right. Mr. Chandra, you've got something to say.
Yeah, because this morning the first trailer was released, this CKT20 on our Instagram and Facebook. You will not believe, our logistic partners got around thousand of calls from people that what is the tour package for October month if we bring our family here.
We're going to talk about the tour packages and why Kenya is the right destination after this brilliant song. Absolutely. What a banger of a song there by Badshah and Neha Kakkar. Gentlemen, I couldn't have been more thankful for you guys to come over and, give us a brief of what CKT20 is all about. Thank you very much. Before you guys leave, any parting shot, and to all our listeners, any special message for them?
I think this tournament is going to be very, very, very interesting and very good, especially with the counties. Kennedy being a county representative, I'm being a county representative. The most important thing for all the 24 counties, I think it's going to be a very good opportunity for them to watch first-class cricket, and then they can take it back to their counties and to see if the sports can grow in those countries. So for me, just saying thank you very much, Radio 44, for inviting us, and I hope you're going to go a long journey with us on this tournament that we are planning.
Absolutely. Thank you. Mr. Chandra?
Thank you very much, Mitesh. It's really, I just want to be a humble request to all people of Kenya that to join to making this historical moment in cricket sports history. So just support us, and thank you very much.
We thank you so much. To have an international level T20 organized in Nairobi, we've seen it on TV. I'd love to see it live in Nairobi Gymkhana. So thank you so much. You guys are the pioneers of what could end up becoming the biggest franchise league in Kenya, and we really, really are grateful for this. There's a saying in Swahili, wageni wakaribishwe, which means guests are welcome. So all your network outside Kenya, they are more than welcome to Kenya, not just because of cricket, but like you mentioned earlier, the wildlife, the nature that we have. It's going to be an absolute brilliant time that they have here, both on the pitch, in the stadiums, and of course the safaris. We wish you guys all the best. We want to see this idea, materialize. We'd be happy to be part of it as well. And I'm sure not just us, but the fans are looking for this. They want to see these sixes flying, right over their head. So I know they'll come with helmets. It wouldn't hit any kids, but that's what we want. We want to see that entertaining cricket back to this country. And we couldn't be more thankful for that. Kennedy and Mr. Chandra, thank you once again for, gracing your time over here and giving us insight of what CK20 is going to be all about and the potential growth that it has. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
Guys, don't leave the dial. We're still here for another 1 hour. And yes, I've got the second half of Double M joining me in the second hour. Thank you so much.